Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of Switch On and Get Strong. Remember, this is your total body muscle building workout. We're here to build as much lean dense tissue as we can and work that and integrate it into your calorie expenditure, your calorie nutrients that you're eating on your switch plan. So today we're going to focus on the hamstrings and lower back. They're going to be our two major muscle groups that we're working. As always, we're very dependent on the weight that you use. So please select a weight that is going to challenge your body. It's going to challenge your body for strength. It's going to challenge your body so that it builds lean, dense muscle tissue. So let's get warmed up. Now, as we're warming up and we're working on the hamstrings, it's important that we focus our warm up to that muscle group. We don't need to do a cardio warm for such, but I do want to pump as much blood towards the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back. Make sure that that tissue is lengthened. And one of the best ways of doing that is working through the exercises we're using today. So our two main exercises we're going to work on today are a deadlift and a lunge. So let's load our bar up. If you're not using a bar and using dumbbells, that's absolutely fine. Technique is exactly the same. Just make sure we're strong through our foundation. Slight bend of the knees. Let's bring the bar up. I'm going to show you from sideways on. Our toes are staying straight. We're pressing through our heels, and then we're pivoting at our pelvis and hips. So we drop bar just below the knee range, lift it back up. Core goes sucked in, drop us below that knee range, and lift us back up. Okay, right, let's go through just 10 of those. Shoulders rolled back, core sucked in, and off we go. So we're going to keep our tempo controlled. And what we're going to do is what we say in a lot of our exercises. We're going to grow through the exercise. So we're not going to go straight into it. We're not going to go to these really deep range of motion to begin with. We're going to start quite tentatively, just lowering the bar below knee level, keeping the spine nice and straight, pressing through heels, core staying sucked in, and we continue to lift. So we're opening the body as much as we can, squeezing shoulder blades together, keeping core sucked in. Last one. Okay, drop that bar down, relax us off. So again, you can see that that focus becomes the lower spine, becomes the hamstrings, and hopefully a little bit into the glutes, and that's what we want from our workout. Now, let's warm it up a little bit more. Let's take our bar out of the way, make sure the area where we're training is safe, and we're going to take us into a lunge, stepping in, stepping out. Really long stride. Let's lead with our right leg. So we lunge in, kick back, stride it up. Now, because we're focusing on the hamstrings, which is our back of our legs, they're a big muscle group. They're a muscle group that requires lots of force, but also can elicit and produce lots of strength. Because of that, they're a muscle group that is really partnered well in lifting hormones. For you guys out there, it's going to help spike your testosterone high, which is one of the major hormones that's going to help muscle genesis, muscle growth, muscle production. But for both men and women, it's a muscle that stimulates growth hormone production. Now, for a little bit more on growth hormone, please get over to my blogs. Please get over to the workouts that we're doing with Pete, one of our switch programmers. So Pete has come in and he's working through a specific muscle building program. Lots of those techniques we're using within our training session today. So if you get onto there, chat with him, see how he's getting on within his specific exercise, and really include some of those techniques, some of those movements, and even some of those thought processes into your workout. Right, let's get going. So we're going to focus on our two major muscle groups, so it's lower back and hamstrings. Remember, we work strong, we work very heavy. First exercise, we're going to involve a bench. Now at home, you could use a step, you could use a bench, you could use a chair. We just need a platform of which we're going to press our heels into. Core sucked in. Remember, we're in strength phase when we're doing our switch on, get strong workout. So we're aiming for 8 repetitions, controlled tempo. So we take it up for 2, lift the hips as high as we can, tense the hamstrings, down 2. So we go up 1, 2, tense, bring us down. Same again, up, tense, bring us down. Nice and strong through the hamstring, keep the core sucked in, lift the hips as high as we can. So I'm trying to stretch and lengthen the hips, work on the backs of the legs and the hamstring, lift our hips nice and high and stay strong through the workout. Final rep, and we break. Right, now we've gone through our first exercise, let's bring in that deadlift. Now for the deadlift, make sure the weight is heavy, make sure it's something that's going to challenge the body. Slight bend of the knees, let's drop into a deeper range of movement, 8 reps, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So you can see that we're taking that into a deeper range. But if you watch at my spine from the side, I'm not over rounding the spine. It's strong. I'm lifting and pushing through my heels. At the top, opening chest, squeezing shoulder blades together. Core is always sucked in. I'm always utilizing the strength that's found at my foundation, right deep within the core and belly. Final couple reps. Nice and strong through the hamstrings. Press the heels. Place the bar down. Brilliant. Okay, there are our first 2 supersets. Now in our switch on, stay strong, get strong. We are working in superset fashion, but we're not rushing through these. Our recovery and rest periods are so important. Yes, we want a fat burning element. Yes, we want an element that still tests our lungs, still gets circulation moving around the body, and it helps increase our fitness. But our predominant workout and our predominant focus for today is to lift heavy. It's to increase that strength, force the body to adapt, grow more muscle tissue. And to do that, we need these periods of recovery. So our rest times today are going to be anywhere between 30 and 45 seconds. You know what that means? Because we're resting for longer, we can lift heavier, and we must lift heavier. So if you think you can lift more on that deadlift bar now, please load it up. Let's push your body. Let's grow that strength. Okay, set number 2. Let's go for it, everyone. Core sucked in, abs tight. Let's lift us. Get those hamstrings in the air. Press us up. So remember, it's a controlled tempo. We're working through the same muscle group all the time. Backs of legs tense up. Hamstrings are strong. No pressure in the lower spine. Glutes tensing up. Final rep. Lift us. Okay, deadlift time. Strong through the spine. Bend the knees. Let's go. Toes straight. Sit on heels. And we lift. Core tight. Strong as we can. Nice controlled tempo. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Working the thighs. Opening the body up. Strong as we can. Core stays tight. Inside of the thighs working as well. Make sure those hamstrings, the backs of the legs are our predominant muscle group. Press through the heels. Bar down. Okay, we're into our rhythm now. We know what we want to do. We try to isolate the hamstrings. We try to recruit them as much as we can. Get a little bit of pre-fatigue. Then we use our big muscle group to try and power through the end. Yet again, if you can lift more, put more weight on now. This is about challenging your body to change. Challenging your body to grow lean, dense muscle tissue. Okay, set number 3. We know what we're doing. Let's load it up. Now, if you wish and you want to take this a little bit further, you can place the bar across hips or even take dumbbells across pelvis. Add that extra weight, press the hips higher. That again will isolate the hamstrings. It again will keep strength to the hamstrings, lifting the hips higher, and again, focus on that muscle growth, muscle strength. Lift up. Keep going, press through the heels. Core can stay sucked in. Hamstrings are strong. Hamstrings are tense. Keep going for me. Lift those hips nice and high. Same again. Lift the hips nice and high. And again, core can stay tight. Tense them up. Final repetition. Reaches up, and down we go. Back to our deadlift. Our big muscle group, the one that induces all those hormones that are going to help us grow tissue. Let's go for it. Toes straight, core tight, shoulder roll, and down we go. Strong through this practice for me. Always keep that core sucked in. Always keep those muscle groups working. Always keep that body tensing up, growing lean, dense muscle tissue. 3 more reps. Controlled tempo, we're not rushing it. We're working through the hamstrings. We're working through the body as best we can. Thighs are kicking in also. Bar down. Really, really good. I want another set using those 2 pairs. Remember what I said, we want this recovery phase because that recovery phase is going to help replenish some of the muscle tissue, which means it can lift heavy. If you can, you've got to push it. If you're not struggling through those 8 reps, you need to load it up. I'm here to guide you to grow tissue. And unless you force your body to adapt, it's just not going to change. So if you can, make sure you're safe, but try and load some more weight up. Let's go for our final set of these pair. So again, hips nice and close to the box. Core sucked in. Hips high, we can use that loaded weight, press it onto hips. Drive the heels right down, lift the hips nice and high, thrust the pelvis as high as we can, focus on those hamstrings right up, and we go again. Send them up, core stays tight, backs of legs, hamstrings tensing, higher still. Another rep for me, everyone, reach up. Perfect, let's go. Strong, hamstrings, lower back, we want to feel that. It's not a pain, it's a strengthening feeling that we have. Toes straight, let's go, shoulders roll, core sucked in, and we go, strong. It's good, go. Push through heels, core stays tight, work the hamstrings, tense the body, make sure every single muscle group that we're working within that body is beginning to tense up. Keep going. Core tight, abs stay sucked in. Keep working for us. Strength through the deadlift, final rep, and down. Fantastic. Brilliant, brilliant first set of supersets. Hopefully we've felt that through the hamstrings, which we want, a little bit through the glutes really high up, and we do want it as a lower spine exercise. We don't want to put the lower spine in pain, but that is working today, so we want to strengthen that. We want it to feel that challenge. Fantastic, right, let's move on to our second pair, and this is going to require the bar weight. So before we did mention for them final couple sets that we could use the bar weight to add that extra little bit of resistance, that extra little bit of strength towards our bridge. Now what I'm going to say is I need you to do that. So I want you to either use the bar or use your dumbbells. We're going to lie down onto our back, place the bar of dumbbells across the pelvis, use that extra added weight to add that resistance. Remember, we've got to use heavy weights and we've got to strengthen the body and challenge the body to grow muscle tissue. So, I'm going to use the bar. I'm going to set up, so I'm going to place down onto the mat, bar across hips and pelvis. If it feels a little uncomfortable, you can then place a towel or something underneath the bar to make sure it doesn't press too much on hips. But we're only doing those 8 reps. Core sucked in, press the pelvis nice and high. Notice, I'm not pushing through toes and lifting heels, I'm pressing the heels down. Let's go, press. It's good. So we're lifting those hips nice and high, pushing through heels, keeping the strength working, making sure those hamstrings are tensing up. Core stays tight, lift them nice and high, same again, right up, final rep, right up, and off we go. Right, let's bring that bar into play. Let's bring the lunges. Okay, right, let's take it up. Place the bar onto the back of your shoulders. Split squat we're going to do. So our static lunge or split squat. Long stride, 8 reps. Nice and low, press the heel. So we have that strength through the hamstring, strength through the backs of the legs. Challenge it to grow, challenge it to become stronger. Press through the heel for me. Our focus being that lead leg. Final 2 reps, last rep, and off we come. Fantastic, right, let's spin it to the left. Left side, same again, that static lunge or split squat. Left side, press through the heel, off we go. Now remember, it's a controlled tempo. It's a tempo that we're trying to gain as much strength, as much force with. So go nice and low. If you notice, look how low my back knee's dropping. I'm pushing through that lead heel. I'm empowering the body, feeling that strength pass. Perfect, off we go. So they're our pair. We know what we're doing with the 2. Yes, we have that recovery, so this is our chance to recover. So if you're at home, have a drink of water. Try not to take too much on board, because we want to make sure that nothing sits in your stomach, makes you feel uncomfortable. Let's use these final couple of sets to strengthen and empower the body. Let's go. So back up, down onto pelvis. So weight onto hips. Bring the hips in. Core stays sucked in. Press through the heels, and we lift. Up we go. Pressing through the heels. Working the hips as high as we can. Strengthening as much as we can. So we feel that lift to the hamstrings. Keep reaching them higher. Keep tensing them higher. Core stays sucked in. Reach them up. Now I want you to feel that feeling through the hamstrings. Press those hips higher. That tightness, that strength, that power that we feel. Encourage that feeling to improve, to deepen, to become more intensive. Let's bring the bar off and let's go again. So we're staying into the lunge. Remember what we said about that split squat or that static lunge? It's about the lead leg. So let's go right leg forward, left leg back. Press through that right heel. That will encourage the hamstring to tense up more. Core stays sucked in. Strength, yeah, it's good. Keep going. Strength through the body. Keep pushing. Keep pressing. Last one. And again, let's spin it. Left leg forward, right leg back. Core sucked in. And off we go. Press through that heel. Strengthen the body. Empower the body. Core goes sucked in. Make sure we're working. Make sure we feel that strength. Make sure we feel that growth. Keep going. Last one. And off we come. How the legs? They get in there. They should be feeling it. Little bit of thighs. I know they're beginning to work, but really that focus. Back of the legs. Hamstrings. That strength, that power. Okay, let's go. We're approaching the end of our sequence. Approaching the end of our workout. So this is where we say, if you can lift more, if you can put that weight on, now's the time. Lift heavier, stronger through our reps. Okay, let's lay us down. Hips again. Focus for me, everyone at home. Breathe in, breathe out, and let's press. So lifting those hips nice and high. Push through the heels. Strength through backs of legs. Lifting them nice and high. Lift them up. Strong through them. Push down on the heels. Let's add an extra couple of reps in. Let's go again. Let's go. Let's take it up to 10s. Right up there. And off we go. Let's do it. It is a bit awkward sometimes getting up and down. Make sure you're safe at all times when transferring through the weights. Okay. Split squat. We're almost there. Almost ready to bring this session to an end. Long stride. Press on that right heel. So again, think of that range of movement. Notice how strided apart my feet are and focus on pressing through that heel, not through the toe, because I want the hamstring. It's the backs of the legs that we're working today. That becomes our focus. Change the legs, long stride. Let's get on that left side and let's go. So we're strong, bending both knees, dropping nice and low, pushing through the heel, feeling that strength. Keep going. Keep going. Last one. Yes. Break it. We have another set. One final set. This is the time now to really take it somewhere. You've got to push for me. If your legs are in absolute bits, you haven't been lifting heavy enough weight. We're now coming to our 8th superset. That's 16 exercises for those hamstrings. You should really be struggling now, and if not, got to be honest. You've got to take that weight up. You've got to push yourself. Okay, let's bring it home, everyone. Get that bar onto your hips. Get them in the air. 3, 2, 8 reps. Now, as we're approaching the end, as we did last time, I took you up a little bit. I threw in an extra 2 reps. You know what? Let's do it again. Let's take us beyond the 10. Let's finish it on a real high. Strength up to the top. That's 9 for us. Keep going. 10. Let's throw an extra couple in. 11 up. And 12. Perfect. One exercise to go. Let's make it a good one. So again, if you can, stack that weight up. Heavier, stronger, more powerful. Let's go. Right leg forward. Long stride. Here we go. 8, strong. 7, 6. Now you've got to be feeling that at home. You've got to be pushing through that heel. If not, next time round, next time we're together, take that weight higher. Left leg forward, right leg back. Let's get that strength, let's get that power, get that growth. Keep going. Push through that heel. Push through it. Hamstring tensing up. Working as hard as we can. Last rep. And we are done. Take that weight down. Put it down safe. And let's get a looser. Brilliant session. That's what it's about. It's about taking these muscle groups, testing them, challenging them, empowering them, and forcing them to grow. Hopefully you felt that from today. Right, as we're focused on our hamstring, let's just allow that muscle to return and lengthen a little bit. What we're going to do is a split leg stance. So we're going to take left leg forward, right leg back, lock both knees out, but then we're going to align us like we would in yoga. It's really important that. Pull this right hip forward, and then just forward bend, press down onto the knee, and relax the body. So you want to feel a little bit of a loosen towards the backs of the legs. If we can progress the posture, if we can go into a full forward fold, feel free to do that. Just make sure you're not taking the muscle to where it's in a spasm. If you're feeling that resistance, and you know that resistance, particularly hamstrings, sometimes it shakes and it feels like it's bouncing back. It just means you're going too far. You're causing the muscle to contract, you're exciting the muscle. We don't want that. Just allow it to chill, sink into it, lengthen it. 20 seconds, a little bit of loosen it, open the muscle up. Spin on heels, let's go the other side, right leg forward, left leg back. Lock the knees, remember that hip. Bump, bring it forward. Little loosen if we can go all the way down to the forward fold. Wherever we feel comfortable with the back of that leg. Lengthen it, just allow it to open. It's not tension, it's a freeing feeling. It's a lengthening feeling. Okay, take it off. Great session. You know what we're about now. Nutrition, food, strength. Refuel the body, refeed it. This is your chance to grow. Well done. I will see you next time.